Once upon a time, books were simple. You went to the library, picked out a handful of picture books, and you consumed them by the dozens. Someone read to you at home or school, so there was always someone there to talk to you about your books. And those books were amazing. There were fairies and unicorns and dragons and magic and superheroes, and even if sometimes the dragons battled the unicorns, life was good because things always turned out happily ever after in the end. Then you started to grow up. You started reading stuff that's more like real life. Books about wars and family problems, new romantic relationships, bullies, books where people your age make hard choices, and sometimes bad choices. Even when books aren't exactly like real life, they have real dangers, both physical and emotional. And even though things still come out in the end for most characters, people do get hurt along the way. Now you're full-fledged teenagers, and many of those books can be pretty dark. They speak to the serious choices and problems in the lives of people your age, and those problems have more weight to them now, more teeth. So you have to select more carefully. And since you're not confined to being read to anymore, your parents and teachers, we don't always know what you're reading or how you're reacting to that heavy, shocking, real stuff in the books about teenagers and adults. So we have to trust you to talk to us, to say, hey, I don't think this book is for me, if you find something you're not ready for in a book. Whether it's cool or not, it's okay to put down a book and say, nope, reading books about teens, killing teens, like in the Hunger Games, is not okay for me right now. We'll respect that because we trust you to know yourself and know what you're ready for. When my daughter and son are teenagers, there they are right there with my brothers and husband and President Obama, just for good measure. When they're teenagers, I really hope I can trust them to say, I want to ask my mom questions about this book, or nope, I'm not comfortable with this, and I know my parents aren't comfortable with me reading this either. And also, we trust you to respect each other's decisions too. Don't make fun of me for not wanting to read about serial killers. I just can't. And I trust you, my reading community, to shrug and say, okay, I don't have a problem with that book, but I respect that you do. Now, for those sticky situations when you feel comfortable with a book, but you're worried that your parents wouldn't, find an adult you trust at school and we'll listen and help you decide what to do. Whether it's your English teacher or me in the library, Miss Lechtenberg, Miss Jolliffe, and Miss Hockemeyer in the library, or another teacher, we're here to help you navigate these rough literary and family waters. I know, you're all rolling your eyes now and saying, Miss L, chill out, they're just books, we can handle it. But my response is this, books are powerful. I firmly believe that a book can change your life. Some of my favorite books have really shaped who I am as a person. But if I believe that books can change lives for the good, I also have to acknowledge that sometimes books can have a not so good effect. And believe me, I've been there. I remember checking out a Sweet Valley High book at the tender age of 11 because I thought I was ready for it. But I also remember putting it right back on the shelf because boy, was I not ready for the high school risk those girls were taking. So I went right back to my safe Sweet Valley Twins books. And when you do read a book that pushes or shocks you with new questions or ideas, we have to trust you to talk about those questions and ideas responsibly and respectfully with your friends, with your classmates, and yes, with adults and like teachers and parents too. Because you know what? We do trust you. That's why we gave you over 100 choices to shop through and invited you to choose from them or beyond them. That's why you're ending the year with a springboard into all the choice reading you can soak up this summer. Yes, it is a cliche that with great power comes great responsibility, but Spider-Man is right. You have huge responsibility here because choice is power. And if power is responsibility, then choosing from all of these books means you have some big responsibilities. It's your responsibility to talk about the book with your parents and get their signature to show that you've told them about this great opportunity and the reading choice you've made. And if your parents do have some questions or concerns about any of the real life issues in the book you chose, we trust that you will talk through it with them. And if they need to, that you can talk with your English teacher as well. That might mean you end up choosing another book. either with your group or on your own, and that's just fine because we're committed to helping everyone find something to read that is right for you. One of the most important skills a reader can learn is how to select books for him or herself. And one of the most daring things a reader can do is put a book back on the shelf if it's not the right choice at the right time. So go ahead, we trust you. Talk to your parents, enjoy your book, and get ready for some thoughtful, mature conversations about the world you know, the new world of your book, and everything in between and beyond. That's how grown-ups read, and yes, we know you've grown up this year, and we trust you.